Namaste to everyone. Today in this discussion, we are going to have a discussion on Modi's Sindoor strike, a game changer in modern warfare. That is, integrated model of military strength. Modi's Sindoor strike, integrated model of visionary leadership, we are going to discuss. Prime Minister Modi's doctrine rests on deeply integrated model of military strength, technological advancement, diplomatic tact, and civil military fusion. In this discussion, we are going to analyze what methods and diplomacy has been adopted by Modi ji along with the defense and also national security forces and ISRO, going to be discussed in this present discussion. On the night of May 6th and 7th, 2025, the Indian Army Forces executed Operation Sindoor, a high-precision retaliatory strike targeting multiple terrorist launchpads deep inside Pakistani territory. This operation was triggered by a brutal April 22 Pahalgam terror attack that claimed 27 innocent lives and left over 100 injured. But Operation Sindoor was not just a tactical military maneuver. It was a comprehensive strategic response shaped by Prime Minister Narendra Modi long-standing national security doctrine. It reflects a shift in India's traditional response mechanism, highlighting a new era of decisive leadership, strategic autonomy, technological innovations, and coordinated statecraft. Here I would like to mention you, the present discussion is a lesson for the students and scholars and also for the common people to understand how Modi ji has planned in a systematic way to retaliate on Pahalgam terror attack. This discussion explores how Prime Minister Modi ji's vision laid the foundation for Operation Sindoor, analyzing the doctoral evolution, the operational planning, the diplomatic groundwork, and the broader implications for India's future defense posture. From intelligence gathering to civil military coordination, this operation symbolized a holistic approach to national defense, setting a new template for strategic response in the 21st century. Prime Minister Modi's national security strategy is deeply rooted in a well-defined doctrine shift from strategic restraint to proactive deterrence. His doctrine can be categorized into three foundational pillars. The first one is India responds on its own terms. That is, no longer will India remain reactive or constrained by global opinions when its sovereignty is violated. Second one is zero tolerance for nuclear blackmail. The nuclear umbrella that Pakistan has long relied on as a deterrent to conventional Indian response is now strategically disregarded. Third one is terror harboring state will be held accountable. Countries that provide safe havens to terrorist groups will be treated as culpable and face direct consequences. This triad has gradually replaced decades of reactive diplomacy and has informed major national security decisions during Modi's tenure. Operation Sindoor is its clearest embodiment. In one of his speech, Prime Minister Modi at Adampur Air Base on May 8, 2025 mentioned like this. This operation has shown the world that India will not tolerate terrorism. He responded on our terms and on our turf. Nuclear blackmail will not deter our sovereignty. That is the message which has sent by Prime Minister Modi ji at global level and exclusively for Pakistan. The important points which I wanted to mention here is Operation Sindoor must be viewed as the latest stage in a well-planned strategic continuum. His continuum As a Prime Minister for second period also helped Modi ji to take strategic decisions in the operation of Sindoor. He has experienced very well in 2016 surgical strike, that is post-Uri, initiated cross-border ground operation targeting terrorist launchpads. In 2019, Bagalkot airstrikes pioneered preemptive air assault using Mirage 2000. 2020 Galwan clash led to fortified troops presence and aggressive posture at high altitudes. In the present 2025 Operation Sindoor featured integration of indigenous stealth platforms, real-time space surveillance and cyber electronic warfare. Each of these actions reflects Modi's focus on incremental capability enhancement, command synchronization and doctrinal innovations. Now let us look into the intelligence infrastructure and target selections, how Modi ji has made with the help of the defense and also national security personnels. A major hallmark of Operation Sindoor was its intelligence depth and multi-agency synergy. 9 primary targets were selected, including camps of Bhagalpur, Kotli, Chakoti and Muzaffarabad. The following played a crucial role. That is, first one is RA, provided human intelligence through local agents embedded in Pakistan's tribal zones. Second one is NTRO, supplied electronic surveillance, signal intercepts and heat maps. Third one, which has been used, is IIF's IACCS, that is monitoring Pakistan's radar and air defense system. Fourth one is ISRO, that is RISAT 2BRI satellite, delivered high resolution thermal and radar imagery. Fifth one is IB, which supplied real-time ground intelligence from the Kashmir Valley. Here I would like to mention about National Security Advisor Ajit Doval ji, who has led a high-level verification process supported by cyber intelligence units and special advisors, ensuring each target was validated and reconfirmed. For the first time in the Indian history, conducted military coordination and tactical execution. Tri-service jointness is one of the important one for the execution of this Operation Sindoor. This was one of the rarest instances. Tri-service jointness is one of the rare instances where Army, Navy and Air Force operated under a synchronized theater protocol. IAF spearheaded the mission with Rafale jets and Mirage 2000. Army secured key frontiers posts and neutralized immediate retaliatory threats. Navy monitored Pakistani naval movements and used UAVs in the Arabian Sea for real-time surveillance. During Operation Sindoor in May 2025, the Indian Armed Forces deployed a comprehensive array of advanced weaponry and platforms, showing the nation's enhanced military capabilities and strategic autonomy. The key assets utilized in the operation included Rafale jets from Ambala airports, equipped with the Scalp missiles, that is a range of 500 kilometers. These aircraft executed deep penetration, precision strike on high-value targets. Mirage 2000s, outfitted with electronic warfare, that is EW pods for jamming and decoy, they provided critical support in supporting enemy air defenses. Another important one is the use of Su-30Ki fighters. This multi-role aircraft launched BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles, making the first combat use of BrahMos in Indian military operations. This missile targeted fortified terrorists infrastructure with high precision. Then another important one is DRDO Netra, AEW and C. This airborne early warning and control system offered full spectrum situation awareness, coordinating air operations and monitoring enemy movements. The hammer bombs is one of the important one which has been deployed to destroy fortified underground bunkers. These precision guided munitions ensured minimal collateral damages. Smart anti-airfield weapons utilized to incapacitate Pakistan's airfields. These weapons ensured that enemy runways remained non-operational during the strike window. The integration of these assets, combined air superiority, precision strike capabilities, and advanced surveillance, underscored India's commitment to provocative defense posture and its ability to conduct complex multi-domain operations effectively. One of the most important aspect which I wanted to bring scholars and students and the public, Narendra Modi ji has not taken his own decision by himself. He has taken the decision from the cabinet committee and also National Security, Defense, External Affairs. For the first time, he has conducted 5 times cabinet meeting with the defense and security personnels in 48 hours. In the aftermath of Pahalgam attack, the Cabinet Committee on Security (CCS) convened 5 times within a span of 48 hours. An unprecedented show of urgency and strategic coordination. Each meeting was chaired personally by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, underlining his direct involvement and hands-on leadership during his critical period. The CCS meeting were attended by key national security and defense figures, such as National Security Advisor Ajit Doval ji, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji, Home Minister Amit Shah ji, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar ji, Chief Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan, Air Chief Marshal A.R. Chaudhary ji, and other important officers from the defense. Dr. Jaishankar's participation was crucial in ensuring that India's diplomatic channels were aligned with the military and strategic response. His presence enabled the preparation for international outreach and narrative control even as India geared up for a measured military response. From these high-level deliberations, several key mandates emerged. Swift but calibrated retaliation, avoiding full-scale escalation. Zero tolerance for civilian casualties on either side. Readiness for international diplomatic engagement to explain India's stance. Prime Minister Modi's guidance was resolute and sharply focused. He directed the forces with these words: "This is not a revenge. This is a sovereign resolve. We will strike silently, strategically, and surgically." This is the message which has given to the defense. These meetings were not merely a procedural, they shaped a balanced, wise, and deeply strategic response. Prime Minister Modi's ability to integrate military precision with diplomatic foresight through the cabinet committee meetings ensured that India responded with strength, restraint, and global credibility. The coordination between defense and diplomacy marked a new standard in India's national security governance. Now let us discuss about global diplomacy and silent channels, the quiet building up to Operational Sindoor. Well before the first missile was launched, India executed a parallel campaign of quiet diplomacy to preempt international backlash and frame the strike as a legitimate counter-terrorism operation. Diplomatic groundwork was orchestrated by the Prime Minister's office, in coordination with the Minister of External Affairs and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval played an important role for personally briefed key counterparts from global strategic partners. That is, first one is United States. A discreet yet comprehensive intelligence briefing was shared with US NSA Jackie Sullivan, emphasizing the defense nature of the impending strike and India's intent to avoid escalation. Then he has briefed Russia, that is NSA. Nikolai Khrushchev was informed through secure back channels, reinforcing the historical strategic trust between the two nations. Then he informed France and the United Kingdom. Silent briefings were conducted to communicate the precision limited scope of the mission, assuring it targeted only terror infrastructure. Then Ajit Dovalji informed to Japan and Australia as trusted members of the Quad Alliance. Both were briefed to ensure regional alignment and avoid any misinterpretations. In a strategic masterstroke, India utilized diplomatic good officers of UAE and Qatar as informal intermediaries to pass on a message to Pakistan. The operation was strictly a counter-terrorist action, not an act of aggression or a precursor to war. The outcome was a near universal diplomatic silence post-strike, an unspoken endorsement. Even countries usually quick to caution restraint chose not to criticize India, implicitly acknowledging its right to self-defense under international law. This marked a new era in India's ability to align hard power with soft diplomacy seamlessly. Now let us look into the technological self-reliance, that is Atma Nirbhar Bharat in action. Operation Sindoor marked a defining moment in India's pursuit of strategic autonomy through indigenous defense technology. It was first large-scale Indian military operation where nearly the entire tactical and operational framework relied on domestically developed platforms, marking a bold shift from dependency to capability. The operation prominently featured DRDO developed smart bomb kits, that is, precision guided munitions capable of targeting enemy bunkers and hideouts with pinpoint accuracy. These advanced systems demonstrated India's growing ability to intermediate artificial intelligence and real-time data into weapon delivery platforms. Indigenous UAVs developed under the Make in India initiative were deployed for surveillance and target confirmation. These unmanned aerial vehicles were linked with ISRO's satellite networks, enabling live battlefield visuals, a target-heated signature mapping. For secure and uninterrupted battlefield communications, systems designed by Bharat Electronics Limited, that is BEL, and Electronics Corporation of India, that is ECIL, were used, ensuring encrypted command relays. Additionally, BEL developed air defense radars provided real-time threat detection and ground-to-air coordination, a major step toward building a self-reliant tactical grid. This operation showed not just a military strength, but the strategic dividends of technology nationalism. The market reacted strongly. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, BEL, Bharat Dynamics Limited, that is BDL. These gains reflected not only investor optimism and also national pride, as India's defense ecosystem provided it could support high stakes missions independently. Operational Sindoor became a landmark demonstration of Atma Baraha Bharat, turning from slogan to strategic reality. Now let us address the nuclear deterrence dilemma. In the tense days preceding Operation Sindoor, Pakistan issued veiled warnings suggesting a possible escalation to the nuclear threshold. Rather than reacting with alarm, India responded with measured strategic preparedness, showcasing maturity and resolve. India quietly activated key elements of its nuclear deterrent infrastructure. Phase 2 ballistic missiles, defense that BMD, interceptors developed by DRDO were discreetly deployed across critical western sectors, forming a protective shield against any potential missile aggression. Simultaneously, India's submarine-based second strike capability in the Arabian Sea was placed on full operation alert, reinforcing the credibility of India's nuclear triad. In this exercise, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji reasserted India's well-known nuclear doctrine. He has spoken, India remains committed to its no first use policy, but we are always prepared to respond with full force if provoked. This calm but firm posture effectively neutralized Pakistan's psychological warfare. By demonstrating readiness without rhetoric, India signaled both restraint and resolve. The global community took note of India's responsible approach to deterrence under pressure, while Pakistan's nuclear threats lost strategic credibility. This episode reaffirms India's position as a responsible nuclear power, one that upholds doctrine and diplomacy, yet retains the strength to defend to sovereignty under any circumstances. Now let us look into the important one is societal and political impact of the decisions taken by the Prime Minister and his office. Massive public approval was received. Citizens across India hailed the strike as a display of national strength. Bipartisan political backing is also one of the important factor that even opposition leaders acknowledged the government's calibrated response. The victims' families consoled, that is, families affected by previous attacks, found emotional closure and renewed faith to national security. We can see Operation Sindoor as a strategic template for the future. Operation Sindoor will likely serve as a foundational doctrine for the future Indian military planning. Its key lessons include speed and surprise over scale, real-time targeting using AI and satellite coordination, indigenous weaponry as a force multipliers, diplomacy and defense as a complementary tools, multi-domain integration, that is air, land, sea, cyberspace. We had a lengthy discussion on Modi's Sindoor strike, a game changer in modern warfare, that is how he has integrated model of military strength. As a visionary leader of India, before concluding, let us summarize the discussions which you have made so far. Operation Sindoor was not isolated military act. It was the culminative of years of planning, a reflection of strategic clarity and demonstration of India's evolution from a reactive to a proactive power. Prime Minister Modi's doctrine rests on a deeply integrated model of military strength, technological advancement, diplomatic tact, and civil military fusion. Through this operation, India has sent a strong message to the world. It will defend decisively, act autonomously, and uphold its sovereignty with clarity and conviction. As India approaches its centenary in 2047, Operation Sindoor may be remembered as the defining moment when the Republic asserted its rightful place among the global powers, not just by economic or soft power, but through unshakable strategic resolve and visionary leadership. Thank you very much for your kind hearing this discussion on Modi's strategic planning as a visionary. I request you to forward this link to your friends, students, scholars, and group people to understand the diplomacy adopted by our Prime Minister Modi ji for successful of Sindoor operation. Thank you very much. Hope we will meet you in another discussion. Thank you. Thank you very much.